The thread that never breaks, the innocence of beginnings. In the quiet town of Willow Springs, nestled between rolling meadows and tall whispering trees, lived two children whose bond seemed carved from the stars themselves. Arav, the elder by 2 years, had the protective instincts of a lion. Mira, full of laughter and light, was the moon to his steady earth. From the moment she could walk, Mira followed Arav everywhere, whether it was to the neighborhood store to buy candy or behind the barn to catch frogs. Their parents, Raj and Layla, often smiled watching them from the porch, whispering, "They're each other's whole world." Their days were filled with sunshine, scraped knees, and whispered secrets under the covers. Arav made Mira believe that anything was possible. She once asked, "Do you think I can fly someday?" Arav smiled, wrapping a sheet around her like a cape. "Of course you can. I'll catch you if you fall." They were inseparable, unbreakable. But childhood, like all beautiful things, is fragile. The night, everything changed. It was a rainy November evening. Mira was 15, Arav 17. Their parents had gone to the city for a business meeting and were expected back by nightfall. But they never returned. A speeding truck on the highway, a crash, a call from the hospital. Silence. Mira sobbed in Arav's arms that night, the rain pelting the windows like tears from the sky. And in that moment, Arav made a promise to himself. I will protect her, no matter what. Their world changed overnight. Relatives came and went. Lawyers talked about inheritance. People murmured in corners. But for Arav, only one thing mattered now: Mira. He gave up his scholarship to study engineering abroad, sold his father's vintage car to pay off debts, took a night job at a printing press, and delivered newspapers in the morning. Mira never fully grasped the weight on his shoulders. To her, Arav had just changed. He was no longer the playful brother who danced with her in the rain. He was always tired, always distant, always lost in thoughts. Cracks in the glass. One night, Mira confronted him. "You don't even look at me anymore. You used to laugh with me, talk to me. Now all you care about is work." Arav looked up, his face worn. "I'm trying to keep us alive, Mira. I don't have the time to be your friend right now." Tears welled in her eyes. "You're not my friend anymore. You're not even my brother." Those words pierced Arav like a blade, but he said nothing. He picked up his jacket and walked out into the rain. That night was the beginning of the distance. Departure. At 18, Mira received a scholarship to a university in Mumbai. She left without much of a goodbye. She didn't look back. Arav didn't stop her. They called occasionally, birthday messages, festival greetings. But the warmth was gone. Arav stayed back in Willow Springs, working, aging faster than his years, keeping the house in order, her room untouched, like a museum. He saw her grow through photos on social media, smiling with friends, traveling, graduating, but not once did she come home. The letter. One chilly December evening, 5 years later, Mira received an envelope in the mail, a handwritten letter. "Dear Mira, I found an old photo today. You were 6, wearing Dad's giant boots, laughing so hard you fell over. I was pretending to be a superhero. Do you remember that? I don't know when we stopped talking. Maybe it was the night I said I couldn't be your friend. I never meant it that way. I was just tired. Everything I did, giving up college, working those jobs, it wasn't out of duty. It was love. But I guess I forgot how to show it. I hope you're happy. Truly. Come home if you ever feel like it. The house misses you. So do I. Arav." She read it again, and then she cried. Homecoming Mira arrived unannounced. The town hadn't changed much. The bakery still sold lemon tarts. The old oak still stood near the riverbank. As she stepped onto the porch, she froze. Arav was in the garden, kneeling by their mother's roses. His hair had grayed at the temples. His hands were rough. He looked up, and for a moment, time stood still. Neither spoke. Then slowly, Arav stood and opened his arms. And Mira ran into them, like she was still 6. Healing. The days that followed were quiet, filled with warm meals, late-night talks, and silent apologies. Mira walked through the house, rediscovering forgotten corners, their secret fort under the stairs, her old music box, a wall still marked with their childhood heights. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Mira whispered, "Why didn't you ever ask me to come back?" Arav sighed. "Because I thought I broke something too deeply, and I didn't know how to fix it." Mira took his hand. "You never broke it. You just didn't know I was breaking too." The revelation. Later that month, Mira found an old journal in Arav's room. Pages filled with poems, thoughts, sketches, all about her. "She's the last piece of home I have left. Today I saw her photo online. She was smiling. I cried alone in the kitchen. I hope she never knows how close I came to giving up." Mira closed the journal, tears falling freely. She had been so blind. So wrapped in her pain, she never saw his. Rebuilding. Mira decided not to return to the city right away. She took a break from work and stayed in Willow Springs. Every day, she and Arav painted a new memory. Baking bread, repainting the fence, planting vegetables. Slowly, joy crept back into the house. They laughed again. Arav even pulled out the old bedsheet cape one morning and said, "Ready to fly?" Mira giggled, "Only if you catch me." Forever thread. Years later, they turned the house into a shelter for orphaned siblings. The Thread Home, they called it, a place where no child would lose their brother or sister to life's storms. And on the wall, right above the entrance, a framed quote, "No bond is stronger than the one that learns to bend, but never break." Because sometimes the deepest love isn't loud. It's silent, steady, always there, waiting to be seen. The end. For more video, please visit our YouTube channel, like, subscribe,